Cody Rhodes addresses The Rock. Seth Rollins gives one of his best promos of the year. And 3 more people qualify for the Elimination Chamber. Oh, and another year ends, another football season ends with the Kansas City Chiefs winning the Super Bowl. Welcome to Let's Talk Wrestling. Welcome to Let's Talk Wrestling. My name is Christian, and here we're going to review Monday Night Raw. This is the pro wrestling portion of the Let's Talk Gratitude channel. Do me a favor right now, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, help this channel grow, hit the notify bell so you don't miss any new videos coming out this week. So I am running a little low on time, so we're going to kind of rush through this episode of Monday Night Raw. But we're going to start with the most important part of the night. First, Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes comes out for a promo to address The Rock, and the first thing I noticed during this entire segment was the drop for Cody's music when he says there's more than one royal family. Hits a lot different now coming out of Thursday, the press conference, and all that happened with Roman and The Rock. It hits on a much different level now, having The Rock say that there's only that the Samoan dynasty is the only royal family that matters. So I like that post press conference that entrance theme is taking on a bit new meaning. I really like it. Just a subtle thing for Cody. Cody comes out, first gives props to the fans, talks about how this match, the main event of WrestleMania between him and Roman Reigns, is only happening because for an entire week, the fans made their voices heard with the We Want Cody movement. So he thanks the fans, gets a little emotional, but Cody then says, I don't want to get too emotional because then I'd become a crybaby. Right? Everybody remembers The Rock calling the fans Cody crybabies. Chants of Rocky sucks reverberate throughout the arena. Cody then runs a video of The Rock's interview with Pat McAfee on the Pat McAfee show, where The Rock was running down Cody fans again, doing his chicken McNugget shtick, saying for every one chicken McNugget they're stuffing in their mouth, they're stuffing 2 up their butts. After the video plays, Cody does this really humorous thing where he looks at Pat McAfee, who was at the interview, right, and asks Pat, what were we supposed to do with those chicken nuggets? And Pat, because Pat is the absolute best, just reenacts what The Rock told everybody to do with those chicken nuggets, and it was hilarious. Pat's great. I'm happy he's on commentary permanently now. Then Cody essentially says, Rock, you put your hands on me, you slapped me, so receipts coming. So looking forward to whatever that is down the road between The Rock and Cody Rhodes. The Rock and Roman Reigns are going to be on SmackDown this Friday, so you imagine Cody Rhodes will surprise pop-up for those two guys. Seth Rollins then interrupts the promo segment for Cody. But before Seth can say a word, Cody gets on the mic and thanks Seth Rollins for having Cody's back on Thursday. Seth says, you're welcome. Then Seth goes on to tell Cody Rhodes that Cody Rhodes has to finish the story. Cody has to finish the story for himself, for his father, for the fans, and for everybody in WWE. He tells Cody that Cody is the last chance, or Cody may well be the last chance anyone has to take Roman's title and power away from him at WrestleMania. That if Cody fails, dark days are coming for WWE after WrestleMania if he doesn't finish the story. And I like this so far because we're setting up, Seth does this really good job of setting up Roman Reigns and The Rock now as these big super villain, like, endgame bad guys. And I really like it. And Seth goes on to say, look, I know Roman Reigns better than anybody. I'm partly responsible for making Roman the way he is. And he asks Cody, what's your plan? Because this monster now isn't just Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, Jimmy Uso, and Paul Heyman. This monster now has 2 heads with The Rock's inclusion in all this. He calls The Rock selfish. He calls The Rock egotistical. And he's asking Cody what his plan is. And this entire segment up to now reminds me of like a movie, like a superhero movie, where one of the hero's old friends comes back and comes and asks him, they have one final conversation before the big fight with the bad guy. Seth says, you don't have to do this alone. You don't have to fight, this fight alone. If you want, I will be your shield against Roman Reigns. Really, really good promo. That's the end of the promo for Seth Rollins, end of the segment. Really, really good promo. One of Seth's best promos of just storytelling, building up, and hyping up this final fight between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. And he sets it up almost like it's beyond pro wrestling. Like this is so much bigger than pro wrestling. This is a dictator. This is a supervillain. This is Thanos. And throughout the entirety of this conversation between Seth and Cody, I guess it's really just Seth to Cody. It reminded me of of some movie scene, like I said before. But I was trying to figure out what specific movie scene. And having mentioned Thanos and superheroes, the scene that I eventually came to was Tony Stark and Steve Rogers, Iron Man and Captain America in Avengers Endgame, right? Tony Stark, after Infinity War, leaves the Avengers for a while, starts his family with Pepper. The Avengers come to Tony asking for help to create time travel. Tony declines. After some time in the movie, Tony eventually comes to the Avengers headquarters, makes up with Steve Rogers, gives him back his shield, and they go throughout the rest of the movie. If you watch that scene between Tony Stark and Steve Rogers, it in a lot of ways reminds, at least me, of this conversation that Seth has with Cody about what are you going to do against The Rock, against the Bloodline, Rock, Roman Reigns, the rest of the Bloodline, Solo, Jimmy, Paul, right? And Seth tells Cody, essentially, last time you had this fight by yourself, it didn't go your way because you got screwed. Solo got involved, Jimmy got involved, Paul Heyman got involved, and now you've got The Rock somehow going to get involved. You need help. And so I really loved the way Seth built up this match, the way Seth kind of changed the lens in which I saw, or I'm seeing, this rivalry between Cody and Roman as just more than just pro wrestling, more than just the titles, which is why I think it was important that Cody, I guess, recontextualized what finishing the story was. It's beyond the title. It's more than just holding the big gold belt. Now it's about who is the face of this company, who is the guy in charge, the guy with the influence, the guy making the decisions, the quarterback calling the plays. So really, really strong promo from both Cody and Seth Rollins. Mostly Seth Rollins, though. Seth Rollins really stood out. I don't think this fully redeems everything they've kind of done to his championship and to Seth overall the past couple weeks, kind of just making him an afterthought with all this Cody stuff. But I think this is a big step in the right direction for Seth, making him a much as big a deal as all these other guys mixed into this feud. The Rock, Roman Reigns, and Cody Rhodes. Seth Rollins in this segment, I think, just junts himself on the same level as all these guys. So really happy with this promo. Thought it was definitely my favorite part of the night, and it's the most important part of the night for sure. All right, so let's run through the rest of Monday Night Raw. Like I said, I'm running a little low on time, so we're just going to kind of power through this. And show starts with a 6-man tag match. No promos. We just jump right into the action, which I like. Jey Uso and the New Days versus all 3 Imperium members. This was a really good match. It lasted, I think, 15 to 20 minutes. Just really good action. I like that they divided up spots between the New Day versus Vinci and Kaiser. They gave them some time to just do their stuff, and then we got a mini, a very, very small sample size of what Gunther versus Jay would look like. Really, really good. Liked it a lot. The New Day and Jay win with a combo of 1D and an Uso splash. Jay gets the win for the team. Looking forward to Gunther versus Jay, which looks like it's set up for next week for the Intercontinental title. So looking forward to that match. I think it's going to be really good. Because it's not on a pay-per-view, I don't think Jay's going to win. I would love Jay to win, though. Because if we can get a Jay Uso versus Jimmy Uso match at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental title, would be really, really good. I don't think they're going to take the title off for Gunther for Jay, though. But still looking forward to that match. It's going to be a really good match. Gunther doesn't put on bad matches anymore, so if at all. Next, we had a qualifier for the Elimination Chamber match. First one of the night, Bobby Lashley versus Big Bronson Reed. This was a fine enough match. Bronson Reed looked really good. Bobby Lashley is just a absolute force of nature, though. And so Bobby Lashley gets the W, gets the big win. And now our confirmed contestants in the Rumble, or in the Elimination Chamber up to now, are Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, and Bobby Lashley. Big dudes in a big old metal chamber. Looking forward to that. That's gonna be fun. Next, we had another qualifying match: Liv Morgan versus Zoe Stark. We are just pumping through these qualifier matches because Elimination Chamber is literally right around the corner. So we got to fill up those chambers real quick. Liv Morgan versus Zoe Stark. Was an okay match. Wasn't anything crazy. Liv looked good. It was good to see her back in a singles match. I like this sort of revenge, devil may care attitude of Liv Morgan now. Zoe Stark is incredibly impressive, but not enough to get her the W. Liv Morgan wins with an Oblivion. And so now the confirmed contestants in the Women's Chambers, Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, and Liv Morgan. Next, we had a backstage segment with Judgment Day. They're walking to the ring, getting ready for JD's match with R-Truth. R-Truth walks up, still thinking he's a part of the Judgment Day, but Damian Priest makes it abundantly clear to R-Truth, and R-Truth finally gets it at this point. He is not a part of Judgment Day. Funny part, before this match, JB McDonough comes out first. R-Truth is at Gorilla on the phone trying to get a call. Adam Pearce is saying, hey, you've got the matches right now, you can't wait. R-Truth calls the Miz and says, asks Miz, he tells Miz, get on a plane, come to Lexington from LA, because Judgment Day gonna kill me. So R-Truth finally understands I'm not a part of Judgment Day, and these guys are gonna really put the hurt on me. JD gets the win in this match. It was a pretty good match. R-Truth obviously doesn't age. JD looked really good. JD's first match, or first win in, I feel like, forever since he's been on main roster. Gets the win on R-Truth with the Devil Inside. After the match, Judgment Day, of course, beat down on R-Truth. Damian Priest, interestingly, though, because he's amused by R-Truth, likes him still. Standing on the outside of the apron, watching Finn, Dom, and JD beat up on R-Truth. His heart's not in the beatdown. R-Truth fights back, beats up on Finn, JD, and Dom. Damian Priest walks into the ring. They have a quick stare down, but Damian Priest ultimately just clocks him in the jaw. They continue to beat him down. DIY comes down for the save with some chairs, runs off the Judgment Day. Tommaso and Johnny later say the Miz that called them to help all R-Truth out. R-Truth mistakes them for DX, calls Johnny Shawn Michaels and Tommaso Ciampa Triple H, which, I mean, like, to be fair, like, those guys are were trained by both Triple H and Shawn, and are, like, they're like their dads, so it's not like too far off. That was a good match. Next, we had a Becky Lynch promo, and normally, and this might be a hot take, I don't know. Normally, I'm not a big fan of Becky Lynch's promo work. This one, though, was really, really good. She put a lot of, I connected with her talking about how it's hard for her to have conversations with her daughter, even at a young age, and having to explain why why mommy keeps coming home beat up, why mom can't lift her because she has a separated shoulder, why mom has to, and it's going to be difficult to explain to her daughter why mom has to go into Elimination Chamber and hurt all those people in the chamber. And so I really connected and appreciated her promo at Raw tonight. So yeah, it was really good. She says, but it's all gonna be. She essentially says it's all gonna be worth it when she wins the chamber and beats Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. Nia Jax interrupts the promo, and Nia Jax is so good at just being utterly unlikable. She comes down, fakes some emotion about Becky Lynch's story about her daughter, but says that Becky won't be facing Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania because Nia Jax is going to beat Rhea Ripley in Perth. This brings down Rhea Ripley. They get into a brawl with Nia Jax, or Rhea and Nia brawl. Nia splashes Rhea onto Becky in the corner, which angers Becky. Becky and Rhea both attack Nia Jax, running her off. And that is the end of the segment. I do want to ask, can we talk about Rhea Ripley as champion? For me only, my opinion, my subjective opinion only, Rhea as champion has been kind of disappointing. Like, I think I said this before, who really has she faced as champ? She doesn't wrestle that often, and I don't think that she's accomplished enough to have the Roman Reigns wrestling schedule. I feel like Rhea Ripley should be, a bit more active week to week, but she isn't. She just walks around with Judgment Day, and everyone loves her, so I guess it's working, but it's not working for me. So yeah, that's the end of that segment. Next, we had another qualifier for the men's Elimination Chamber match. Ivar versus LA Knight. Very happy that Ivar is involved in these Elimination Chamber qualifiers. He's been doing awesome work in the ring the last several weeks. I'm surprised that there's been the two men's qualifiers matches on Raw. I was surprised that there weren't any interferences because with Bobby and LA Knight, right, their stories outside of the chamber would lead to a realistic reason for someone to interfere in that match, especially in this one. If you remember on Friday, LA Knight got involved with AJ Styles qualifier match. AJ didn't interfere in this match at all, which I was a little surprised by. I kind of figured AJ would get his comeback on LA Knight by costing him an Elimination Chamber spot, but doesn't happen. LA Knight gets the win over Ivar to add himself to the Elimination Chamber match. Good match overall. Glad Ivar was in it. Hoping for bigger and better things for Ivar. Next, main event of the night, Sami Zayn versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Sami Zayn, I want to talk about Sami Zayn for a second because I think that Triple H is setting Sami up to essentially take the Seth Rollins role when Cody Rhodes came back to the WWE 2 years ago. I think Sami Zayn is going to have that similar journey where he's looking for a spot on the WrestleMania card and basically willing to fight anybody for that spot. Because, he's been having these promos in empty arenas with the interviewers saying, I need to find a way onto the WrestleMania card, and, no one's ever believed in me except for me, so I'm going to have to figure it out. Cody Rhodes, after his match tonight, before the match tonight, goes up to Sami Zayn and says, "You're not the only person that believed in you. I believe in you, and more importantly, those people believe in you in the arena." So then we get to the Sami Zayn Shinsuke match. Really, really great match. Nothing less you'd expect from two guys who have put on bangers before. And this match reminded me a lot of their NXT match when Shinsuke first came to WWE. Really, really good match. Unfortunately, Shinsuke does get the W over Sami Zayn after Drew McIntyre comes down to distract Sami Zayn. Shinsuke hits the Kinshasa for the 1-2-3. We get a post-match beatdown with Shinsuke and Drew. Cody Rhodes, music hits, runs down, beats up Shinsuke, and Drew McIntyre hits the Cody Cutter on Drew, and then the Crossroads onto Shinsuke Nakamura. We end the night with Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn standing together, potentially setting up a tag match against Drew and Shinsuke. But pretty good Raw. Nothing crazy happened. Really good promo again from Cody and Seth. Best part of the night by far. So yeah, if you have stuck around to the end of this video, I really appreciate you watching. I appreciate every view, every person that lays their eyes on this video. Thank you. Do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button to help this channel grow. Hit the notify bell so you don't miss any videos that come out in the future. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.